Good morning, everybody, and thanks for waking up with the Chase.
No way.
My God!
Oh my God! That's a 1-of-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to Dave's camera.
I must ask you a question right now. 1-of-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Whoa.
Sit back, relax, and crack a cold one. The Chase is live. Rise and shine indeed. What's going on, y'all? Good morning, Bally, Todd, Rusty, H. Cooper, Jordan 1, Jordan 1, all of our friends. Jay Hendry, my
P.
goodness.
Burns.
Top it up. Oh, I love P. Burns. That's a great name. What's up, Jay Morehouse? Jess in the house. Kind of like Corey in the house. But what's going on, everybody? We are back for a Monday edition of The Chase. We had a great weekend off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your weekend as well. I'm Troy Licastro alongside my broadcast partner, David Yarger.
Good morning, Troy.
David Yarger in the house. Good morning, David. How are you, buddy?
Good. Had a great weekend with a bunch of my buddies. A few of my buddies came up from Pittsburgh. We went out on the town a little bit on Saturday night, and then Sunday I just chilled, watched the Sabre game, and it was a good time.
Yo, did they rub off on you? Because you were just talking like a yinzer there.
A little bit. The yinzer was reflecting in me right there.
You went downtown?
Went downtown, got some hoagies.
Did you get a hoagie? Oh, I love a
Actually,
good
no,
hoagie.
we got the worst wings of our entire life from Conviction Chicken. So don't order that place. Sorry.
Yeah, Bally, you're jumping ahead there, but I couldn't agree more. Also, yes, big weekend for the Sabres. I was in attendance yesterday afternoon. Love a good matinee game. Dylan Cousins. Huh? Dylan Cousins hat trick?
What happened to the lights?
Did you see that? Lights just went on and off. Anyways, what did I tell you about Dylan Cousins? Those cup cards? Stonks. Those Dylan Cousins Cup rookies, look out for them there. Also, Elena is, I guess, technically re-debuting. She's making her return on the teleprompter, and she'll be doing some teleprompter going forward for us. So, Sabres on the warpath.
Yes, and that's true. Dylan Cousins, DA exclusive athlete.
He sure is. And now it's nice because the Sabres are fighting for that wild card spot. They keep flipping back and forth with Pittsburgh, and I have a feeling that's what's going to happen probably the rest of March.
Yeah.
As long as the Sabres don't go into a long losing streak.
That's what made this weekend fun too with my Pittsburgh buddies. A lot of ish talking, if you know what I mean.
You got to rub it in.
It was good.
All right. How about we start Monday's show the only way we know how? And how is that, David?
The only way you know how to start a show is a quote of the day. So here we go. The best marketing strategy ever. Care. Gary Vaynerchuk. That's Gary V. Oh my God. He said that.
You know how I usually read the quotes?
Yeah.
Like before, I read them before you say them.
Sort of.
I'll read them in the email and then you say them on the show, right? Didn't read today's, and that's an interesting one. What's up with the drum roll? That makes no sense. Yeah, that made no sense.
I am
I
confusion.
was say, even though it annoys me, usually he makes sense when he plays sounds. That one, that was out of nowhere. But I guess I wasn't paying it. I wasn't expecting what you were gonna say, David. I wasn't expecting the Gary V one.
No.
What was it? The best form of marketing? Care?
The best form of marketing strategy is care.
You know what? I care a lot about this show, and I care a lot about the people, and I care a lot about what we're gonna talk about today. So how about we keep moving?
Let's keep caring.
All right, let's carry on, if you will. All right, today we are going to have all of this week's new releases, and of course, our little segment we like to call This Week's Wax. We'll check out some PSA by the numbers for January. I know it's late February, but it feels like we haven't done that in forever.
Right.
And then we'll check out a story of a UFC fighter acquiring his own one-of-one card. We'll also discuss a new board game released in Prism's name, and a WNBA card recently sold for record buku bucks. So we're going to check that out And of course, our live guest of the day, I saw somebody say it in the chat already. It's going to be Ryan Cracknell, Trader Cracks. He is the hobby editor for Beckett. So looking forward to talking some hobby journalism with him for sure. And to play us out, we got that box rib giveaway. And we'll have a hobby box of last week's newest release. It's Rookie and Stars Football. But of course, you know, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we have to give you a giveaway winner for the Panini Elite Extra Edition Baseball that we opened up on Friday. 16 autos.
16. I'm looking at all
16
of them right
autos. Now, Mr. Stevens, could I ask you if we could get that drum roll thing again? Because here comes the winner.
now. Guy's good. What can I say?
Bang, there it is. This is good. Beryl Joffrey again. Beryl Joffrey has definitely won before. So another 2-time winner here. Remember, we asked you, Meerkat asked you guys last week on Friday. He said, if you could hit an inanimate object with a baseball, or excuse me, with a bat, what would it be? What inanimate object would you hit with a baseball bat? Beryl Joffrey here says, I'd take a bat to a T-Rex fossil at a museum. Very specific.
I wonder if that's actually been attempted before.
I'm curious what
I'm getting serious Ben Stiller Night at the Museum vibes out of this.
Oh, yeah, that's a deep cut because I was thinking National Treasure, and I'm like, well, you don't like Nick Cage?
No, hate Nick.
Listen, despite all my rage, I'm still just Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's very specific, and I feel like he's been really thinking about this one, Beryl Joffrey here.
Yeah,
Really been thinking about
especially
that
when
one.
especially when
Why?
I said I just would like to take like a baseball bat to like one of them piles of Jello, and just like.
Just one of them random piles.
I'd kind of
You
want
ever
to.
go to a buffet and there's just like a pile of Jello in the dessert section? And it's just like, man.
You talking about the old country buffet that used to be around here?
Some OCB.
Applause.
Some OCB.
The only OCB, really? The only thing I liked from there was the ice cream and the French fries. Everything else was doo doo, hot doo doo.
I loved me some OCB.
I kind of want to do like a. Well, you guys are just filthy rats, the two of you. I want to do like a Reggie Jackson and bench warmers and just drill mailboxes with baseball bats.
Look
just
who's
driving
calling.
around.
Look who's calling you a picky eater.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the fact that Captain has the power to do that on the DA Carwell account. All right,
my goodness.
why don't we get kicking with some new releases? What do you got for us? I think you should start it off, Yaga Bomb, as
Okay.
usual.
So, as usual.
As per.
First off, we have more baseball. It's one of the products you can pull a hot dog
Hat dag?
card from. I'm talking 22. Topps Allen and Ginter Chrome Baseball Hobby. Every box contains 6 base card refractors, 18 mini base cards, and 7 insert cards. Don't forget, there's 18 packs and 4 cards per pack in this product. You could see you got the Torque, you got Bobby Witt, you got Julio, you got Wander in there. Beautiful Julio autos in there. Allen and Ginter, such an underrated product. I just love like all the creative inserts, you know, National Hot Dog Day, Meatball Hoagie or whatever the hell it is.
Hoagie, meatball hoagie. And then they give you all of the ingredients on how to make, I think it was like hot relish or something this year. I don't know. Next up, we're going to zoom over to I'm in me mom's car, vroom, vroom. Over to the track with some 22 Topps Dynasty F1 Racing. This is a nice product, though. I like when they do this for baseball, too. So each box contains 1 premium encased autographed memorabilia card. Additionally, find autographed suit zipper relics and look for autographed suit nameplate patch cards. On top of all of that, make sure you collect autographed racing glove patch cards. And of course, Stevens just showed you there some examples of what you can get. So it's a nice, easy open. Crack it open. It's got the kind of like the little foam there, little packing foam, and you just slide it off, and you got a cool, nice patch auto of some sort, mem auto, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, you're gonna be able to get your guys, Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, Leclerc.
Is it Leclerc?
Charles Leclerc. I think it was Charles Leclerc, right?
It was Leclerc.
I don't know.
I'm an idiot.
I did my best there. That's my knowledge. So shame on me for not knowing more F1 drivers.
Yeah, it's
My Schumacher. Anyways, go on.
There you go. Next up, we're going to slide onto the ice with 22-23 Upper Deck O-Pee-Chee Hockey Hobby. There are 18 base set retro variations, 6 base set blue border parallels, at least 4 O-Pee-Chee premieres, 1 base set red border parallel, and listen to this, at least 1 rare chase card per box. So you're getting 1 rare card every single box. This will include youngsters such as Owen Power, Matt Boldy, Matty Beniers, Ken Johnson, Shane Wright, and many more. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just always laugh at like how sexual you've been reading the new releases lately. No, it's nice. Sex sells. He's over here. He's like, yeah. How about that O-Pee-Chee red border?
Listen. You know, we love a good, sexy new release.
He's just like, yeah. You like that O-Pee-Chee? You're gonna like this one. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, let's get to Friday's lone release, which
the
is
Chase,
20
X.
After Dark, exactly. It's gonna be 22 Bowman Inception baseball. I love the Inception products. So each box gonna contain 2 autograph cards, 1 foil parallel card, and 4 base cards. You're also going to want to be on the lookout for short print Bowman Inception autographs that are numbered to 10. 1 pack per box. But this is great. I loved Topps Inception last year. I loved Bowman Inception last year. Another one, kind of like Dynasty. Fun open. Yes. So actually, this is when I really started breaking here last year when I came back last year. This is when I really started breaking was when Bowman and Topps Inception came out, and the cards look really good. Yeah, I agree with H. Cooper. And what's up, Legacy? Happy Monday to you too, sir. Happy Monday to you too. But yeah, another fun one that maybe we'll get. Maybe we'll do that on Friday, depending on what we got.
That sounds like a plan to me. You already know. Yagabom loves his Bowman.
Yeah, I already know what it is.
But next up, we're gonna venture to Around the Hobby, where we're going to pass go and collect $200.
Oh no! Go to jail. Do not pass go. Don't collect 200. Bonk.
Anyways, Monopoly and Panini have come together to create a spin-off of the iconic board game. The Monopoly Prism NBA edition features 90 cards, and besides the main game, there are also booster packs and boxes that have inserts and parallels, as you can see on the screen. Oh wait, no, you can't. There is a little difference between normal Monopoly and this NBA edition, though. Here, there are no hotels or houses that will make your friends hate you when they land on them. Here, players build up their decks, and as the game progresses, players begin to acquire more cards, and eventually the team with the most points, like in basketball, wins. The product will be dropping in targets around the country in mid-April.
Sometimes you forget a word. It's fine. Next up, we have some news from where a card of one of... What am I saying here? Oh, here. My bad. This is from the WNBA hobby market. Here we go. Where a card of one of the best in the game right now has sold for record money. PWCC Marketplace recently tweeted that a PSA 10 black gold rookie card of New York Liberty sensation Sabrina Ionescu has sold for $10,800 on their site. There you see it up on the screen. According to PWCC, it is the public sale record of any WNBA card. Ionescu was the first pick out of Oregon back in 2020 and has the WNBA record as the quickest player to obtain a triple-double, which she got in just her 6th game as a pro. Unbelievable talent here on the court and have turned her into one of the most popular players in WNBA hobby right now. So excited to see where her cards and some cards of some other players, like I got to give a shout out to Kelsey Plum, can go from here, you know, especially in this year's Prism. We didn't see a lot of Kelsey Plum in last year's Prism, but I'm hoping now, you know, having a title under her belt, being a very popular player, just social media wise as well. Hopefully we'll get her on the checklist. Besides just a base card, you know, maybe we'll get some autographs too. But I didn't see anything. I haven't seen any like refractors of Kelsey Plum yet. So but that's good news there for Ionescu. Panini's doing a really good job with WNBA. I feel like with the Revolution and the Prism. So making those players way more collectible.
Yeah, for real. Sabrina's really good too. Like if you guys ever get a chance to watch her play, put some respect on her name. She can ball. She can
Put
hoop.
some respect on it.
All right, next up, we're going to head to the Octagon. A UFC fighter recently acquired his own one-of-one card. The story recently circulated on Twitter that fighter Josh Emmett recently traveled all the way to New Zealand on a holiday. The person who ripped the card in a break sent a picture to Emmett, who immediately said he wanted the card. Emmett put up a post asking who had the card in New Zealand, and the breaker was able to get in contact with the owner of the card and eventually get the card back. So, while on his vacation, Emmett was able to pick up his one-of-one at the airport in Auckland. And in a tweet, Emmett said, "New Zealand has always been a bucket list of mine. Such an amazing place with great people. The one-of-one was just an added bonus to the trip." So, pretty dope right there.
Yeah, that's a good little story. It's always cool to see fighters, players, athletes, whatever you want to say, for them to
Invested.
pick up in their like own
Yeah.
cards. I always think that's cool because I don't think that's narcissist. It's just cool. I mean, like we talked to JR last week. That first time you see yourself on a card when you're an athlete, it probably has just supposed to be an incredible moment.
Oh, yeah, and you seen Blaze Jordan was looking for his one-of-one last week.
Exactly.
So it's nice to see players invested in their cards.
100%. You got to bet on yourself. You got to invest in yourself.
Never lost.
All right, so we've kind of missed out on this, but we're finally back and looking at PSA by the numbers for January. It's been a while, but it's been a while. You can't write that and expect me not to say it like that.
Of course.
All right, how about we check out the numbers for January? Can I get the first slide, please, Mr. Stevens? Oh, okay, good, it worked. Phew. Pokemon.
Same put.
Pokemon holding tight at number 1.
There you go. Baseball's still at number 2. Nothing really moving top 4. Could we possibly move the notepad just for a second, just so I could see the bottom 2? I don't think. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Miscellaneous
hockey being
TCG.
down is a little interesting mid-season.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I know Papa is lurking somewhere. I know Zine's in here. He'll be proud of me. That card on the right, Yuta from One Piece. That's from the movie that I went and saw with Tyler. Yeah, I went and saw a Weeb movie, subtitled, not dubbed, subtitled.
Weeb movie?
Weeb, not the B movie. Weeb movie. Pokemon standing strong is actually really cool. I think that for a lot of Pokemon collectors, I think people are starting to realize how big Pokemon is.
Right.
You know?
With all the news coming out and all these celebrities posting their rare cards that they own and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hockey made sense that it went down too because I feel like hockey's super hot, super hype at the beginning of the season, and then unfortunately it just kind of
Dies off.
tails off a little bit, probably until playoff time.
Good point. Dooley. The only thing with golf not being in the top 10 is the Netflix documentary came out mid-February. So you could see a boost this for
You may not even
February.
see it till March though.
You could possibly see it February, but you might not see it till March. So just
Interesting.
one thing to remember
Yeah.
about golf.
All right, next one, please. Okay, this is by sports.
Or yeah, most.
So the Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt Jr. going up. Dude, I love how much that Ken Griffey card just lingers here
it always
because there's so many of them,
yeah,
and people just try to get 9s and 10s of them.
that's all they try to do, just to double
They hammer them out.
and triple their sale. I'm not surprised with a lot of baseball guys coming in because obviously we're very, very close to the season approaching. The regular season, at least. We got spring training, but
Yep.
you know,
Christoph said it best there. Remember, this is by like specific card. Almost all these right now are Julio Rodriguez.
pretty much, pretty damn much, yeah.
It's incredible to see how much hype he still has.
Well, everyone just wants to benefit on that hype right now.
Yeah,
That's pretty much.
I
it.
mean, obviously AL Rookie of the Year. I'm not saying I'm not saying that the hype wasn't warranted.
right.
You know what I mean? I mean, he AL Rookie of the Year, but people are hot on him going into this season. It's funny. I feel like he kind of, Wander Franco was very much the cover athlete for a lot of these Topps products, right? Last year. And now
But
it
you
just
know who they
seems
were
like
looking for
Julio's jumped him.
exactly.
Julio's definitely jumped him. The Caulfield down, that makes sense, obviously, because one, unfortunately, he's injured for the rest of the season. He's out. But I feel like people are still trying to grade those young guns for sure.
Yeah. Good point, Todd. Not one football card on that list.
No. Well, I feel like it makes sense. Football season's over.
I guess so, yeah.
You
But
know?
I mean, this was January though, so
It was, yeah, but you got to think about it. That I mean, that is playoffs, but are people more in the mode of grading their cards during the playoffs or selling their cards during the playoffs?
True.
Just saying. Because by the time you know, if you're trying to sell a card, by the time you submit it, get it back, could have been Super Bowl.
True.
So,
True.
all right, next one.
All right.
Now, see,
Wander.
Julio went up. That's interesting.
So Wander and Bobby Witt going up, Aaron Judge going down a little bit. It's hard to gauge anything on Wander right now because he was hurt majority of last year.
Yeah.
But I think people are trying to buy back into him and see if he can just like rebound off a tough season last year. And then Bobby Witt Jr., I mean, it sucks for him because he's really overshadowed by Julio. And right now
Doesn't help that he's stuck in Kansas City,
well,
too.
that too. But
Unfortunately.
I mean, you could probably get Witt for cheap I shouldn't say cheap, but you could probably get him for cheap right now. And, you know, he could still possibly become a big name in the game, but who knows right now. He's in Kansas City.
I think I'm seeing a trend here. Obviously, Julio, Wander, and Bobby Witt, I think you're getting all their cards graded before they hit their second year.
Yeah.
Obviously, February, pitchers and catchers, and then, of course, they've just started some games, right? Some exhibition games.
Yep.
Not technically spring training yet, but...
No, they've
Or
been
it is in
playing.
spring?
They've been
Okay.
playing.
So, I mean, that's probably it, too. You wanted to get the rookie cards of all those guys graded before the season. So, that makes complete sense to me.
One quick one, Jason Robertson, hockey. Finally in the top 5.
Finally in the top 5. I think that's a great call there. Christoph said that. Beast hardly talked about. Rusty makes a good point, too. Football, you're not really seeing any of 2022's rookie class being graded at all because, you know, you got to think about it, unfortunately. I mean, you got your guys like Kenny Pickett.
Brock Purdy.
And Brock Purdy, but, you know, outside of that.
Do you really have hope in, like, you know, Matt Corral or Mike Willis?
It's, you know, I know she's going to hate me for saying this, but what's his face?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. I know. I'm just saying, you know, there's so much uncertainty, so we'll have to see with that. All right, and then last one, and then we got to get to our guest here. Okay, more in the sports category. This is the golf, soccer, boxing, wrestling, MMA. Honestly, not a lot of changes here either.
Not a whole hell of a lot of change. 2 things I want to point out real quick before we go to the guest. Golf, I will be very interested to see those numbers when it comes February, March due to the Netflix series.
Yep.
And 2, The Rock entering at the top 5. I wonder if this had anything to do with him
XFL?
possibly coming back.
Or
Wasn't
WrestleMania
there,
hype?
like hype to talk.
There was
about
hype that he
WrestleMania,
was maybe going to come back at
but also
WrestleMania.
the XFL.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that's a good point. That's a good point too. Golf. Yeah, Morikawa and DeChambeau, 2 youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I say youngster, but I don't know what. They're not that much younger.
I
than
mean,
me.
really, in the products that are out there, that's like they're rookies, kind of. So.
Yep. So maybe people are gearing up for that Full Swing documentary that just came out. So could be something there.
See some Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth maybe in the next few months.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Or maybe some Brooks Koepka
Possibly.
up there as well. So, all right, there you have it. That's PSA by the numbers for January. I always like doing that. It's a nice little discussion piece there. Gets the chat active.
Agreed.
But now it's time for our guest for the morning. That's right. We've got Beckett's hobby editor, Ryan Cracknell. And if you could just
Lower the prompter, please.
Prompter.
Oh, sure.
Ah.
Transitioned it.
That's okay. That's okay. I know you're doing. On top of his journalism work, Cracknell is also a huge collector and enjoys building sets. Very excited to talk to him about some hobby journalism as well as collecting. So without further ado, you see him on the screen here. Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
Morning, I'm great.
Well, good. That's
Happy
what we like
Monday.
to hear. Yeah. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Hopefully we didn't wake you up too early.
It's all good. It's all good. I got coffee.
Are you the type of person where I see a lot of memes and stuff where they're like, "Don't talk to me before coffee"? Are you functional
Nah.
before coffee?
Well, once I'm up, I'm good. I might not be thinking quickly, but I try to be as happy as I can all the time.
There you go. That's a good way to be. That's a good way to go about it. I would like to say that we do the same here. I'd like to think.
Yeah, we try to be as uplifting as possible and happy. So
Yeah. So I want to get right to it with you, if you don't mind. Let's get right into it. So first question here. Have you always been a collector? I'm assuming you may have, but I don't want to assume too much. And how does it feel to take your journalism background that you have and be able to apply it to collecting in the hobby?
All right. Two-parter there. Yeah, pretty much. I've been a collector. I remember my first going to the corner store, ripping packs being 1985-86 O-Pee-Chee hockey. So that was the Mario Lemieux rookie year. Didn't know who Mario Lemieux was, other than he wasn't as good as Wayne Gretzky. Didn't know it was his rookie card. Just ripped packs, enjoyed it, sorted them. Old best friend stole them. They disappeared. I kept on collecting. I liked ET, I guess, before that as well. And it's just, morphed ever since. Never really stopped, even through high school and college, like a lot of people do. As far as the second part, being able to take something that you love and your passion and your hobby and make it your career has been, for the most part, pretty awesome. Grew up believing that you should be doing something that you enjoy. The cliche of you never work a day in your life if you love what you're doing. I can't say that I love every day, but there's a lot of cool stuff that I get to do. I'm here chatting with you guys today, and that's pretty great too. So it's fun. And it just kind of started out that I was going to school, got my journalism degree or writing degree, I guess. It was going to be newspaper journalism, but thankfully moved away from that pretty quick. Was teaching for a while and was ready to burn out and wasn't around my kids enough. And a position opened up literally the day after I decided to take a break from teaching. And I've been on a break from teaching for 11 and a half, 12 years now.
That's so funny because we have you're resonating with me because I was also in education and then I came to this, but I was also in newspaper journalism before too, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So
you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I am curious too. Would you ever want to get back to teaching in a space like this, being able to maybe teach journalism in the hobby or being able to teach different sides of collecting other than just ripping packs and open it?
Actually, that's actually a pretty big part of my philosophy of what I do. I think at Beckett is I'm constantly just trying to make sense of the modern hobby, what's in sets, break them down, explain, this is what product is, and how you might go about collecting it or enjoying it for how you like to collect. So it's definitely part of my philosophy. It doesn't go into every article that I put up, but it's definitely a prime piece of what I'm doing.
So take us into a day in the life of your job as hobby editor. What are you doing on a daily basis, whether it be, looking through a product or writing? Just take us a day in the life.
It's really not exciting, to be honest. It's part of it. You get up, I work from home, obviously, and I get up, I sip my coffee, read the emails, just like pretty much everyone else does. Try and have 3 or 4 ideas percolating in the background, because then 7 or 8 other things are going to come at me throughout the day. So if a checklist drops, got to go and format that, figure that out. If another set's announced, got to do that. If there's a big newsworthy piece, check that out. It's kind of, I never really know what's going to happen, which is both fun and frustrating at the same time, because sometimes you just want that structure of the day and know exactly what you're going to do. And that rarely happens. So it's just kind of keeping an eye out for what's happening and checking the emails and keeping up with things.
It's the best part about journalism is you never know what's going to get thrown your way.
Yeah, trust me. Yes, I can speak from that firsthand. Whether it's cards or actual hard news, if you will. But kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying there, looking out for emails and that. I want to know, as a hobby journalist, do you kind of have sources that help you get this information for your writing, or is it pretty much just coming right from Beckett or just maybe emails from the manufacturers?
Uh, Sources, not really. People are constantly moving around and everything else. And one thing that I wish I had more time to do was develop more relationships for stuff like that. But my days are long. Like I work long days, and it takes its toll over time. And I've kind of focused where I'm at, where my niche, where my wheelhouse is, if you will. That's largely, independent. Are there people that I can reach out to? Yeah, there are. But a lot of what I'm taking care of, some of it's like, yeah, emails from the manufacturers, or just checking to see when they drop their checklists. Some of the manufacturers send them to me directly, which is helpful. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now, moving forward, earlier you talked a little bit about, taking something you love and putting it towards a profession. How has your background in collecting helped you in your position as hobby editor at Beckett?
I think in my position, you need a collector to be doing it, to be able to make sense of it. I hope one of my goals, whether it's in my articles or if I'm on social media, on Twitter, wherever, is to bring that passion in that I have. That I'm focused on fun and enjoyment rather than the market side, which might sound weird, being at Beckett and not being too concerned about what the values are and everything else. Of course, that's part of the conversation, but that's just part of it. For me, I don't worry about it too much. I'm not constantly looking to see what my portfolio is. I like buying the cards that I like, and I have weird reasons for liking some of them, and others it's therapeutic more than anything. It's a hobby.
I agree with that. There are a lot of people that buy just for the monetary reasons.
Yeah.
Where you don't find a ton of people. There are people out there, but you don't find a ton of people that are just like, yeah, I bought this because it's a cool card and I just want it in my collection.
Different aspects of collecting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, in your opinion, what's the best way to review a new product? And how I'm asking that is, of course, we see fact sheets and sales sheets, and you can take a look at cards, pictures of cards that are going to be in the product. Do you think it's kind of using that, or do you actually like to get your hands on the product and have that tangible and rip open some packs? And, does that kind of get the brain working a little bit better when it comes to writing a review?
Yeah, I don't say that I do reviews per se too much. I try and present information. Here's what the product is. Go make up your mind yourself. Because I don't. I live in Canada, so opening a product, the price range, it gets up there, and I'm not willing to spend money on something that I don't think I won't like. And even the cheaper prices of blasters and everything else are like 40, $50 up here now. So I've moved more towards the singles area when I'm buying for myself. I think to get an opinion on a product, the best way to do it is to have it in your hands and look at it. Images online can only go so far. A lot of the cool technology that you see in Chrome stuff. I like to do a lot of the entertainment things, so lenticular cards. Pictures don't do them justice, but when you hold them in your hand, whether that is getting your hands on some packs or going to a card show or the local shop, all those sorts of things, you're gonna know whether you like something more if you've held it versus just kind of looking at it.
And speaking of some cards, one card that's been making news lately is this new insert called the Santa Claus Downtown. And we know you did a little piece on that. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, there's a lot of differing opinions, but we would love to hear what you think about it.
Personally, I think I love it. I think it's great. It's something, downtown has been around for a lot of years now, and it's new angles on familiar things are kind of fun. And there are actually hardcore Santa Claus collectors out there. At the National every year, if you ever go to the Topps Q&A, there is a running gag that they will address Santa Claus and their plans for Santa Claus before the session even starts, because there are some of those very passionate people out there. I'm a big believer in there's cards out there for everyone, and not every card is for everyone. So if you don't like Santa Claus in your football product, it's one card. It's not going to hurt anything. And if you do get one and you're like, this is stupid, you'll probably be able to sell it or trade it for the player that you do like, because it is so unique. There's not a lot like it out there. So those passionate people, they'll take care of you, and you can, turn that into something else that you might like better.
I am just curious now if this is going to be a running thing where we have like next year it's going to be like the Easter Bunny, like downtown. Is there going to be a Tooth Fairy downtown? Like what's next is really.
I'd be into it. I'd honestly be into it. I think like you said, that's the fun of it. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. We know that. But I don't know. I think it's that just you add that little secret Easter egg, for lack of a better term, that you don't really realize, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. So next thing I want to ask here is, you obviously put out a lot of information on a lot of sets. You've been a collector for a long time. Is there anything old sets that you liked, maybe from the 80s, maybe from the 90s, from your collecting days, that you'd like to see make a return?
Oh gosh. For me, a lot of it is, I would love to see just some of the the way licensing is now. It's tricky. For me, I love just looking through my early 90s Upper Deck baseball. They're not valuable. They're not, anything too fancy by today's standards, but the photography and just kind of the lineage of it, you go from 1989 Upper Deck with the base on one side, and then it goes over the next year, and there's the continuity there that when you actually look closely makes it even more beautiful. Obviously with licensing, for that to happen, one big company is going to have to buy another one. I don't know if that's going to happen, and even if they can, is there room in portfolios for stuff like that? That's the big one for me, I think. I would love to see licenses more from the 80s and 90s resurface, like TV shows and movies. I think there's a massive void for stuff like that. Who wouldn't love a modern Power Rangers set? And Saved by there's a couple out there, but they're not modern. And I think there could be some cool stuff. Prism Power Rangers would be amazing. Saved by the Bell is another one I think that would be great. I would buy up Alf, even though he has a couple Alf Pogs, stuff like that.
You think about it too. You just, when you said Power Rangers, it totally sparked my memory there. And the things you could do with that now too. There's so many versions of it. There's so many actors that have played. So think of it. You could make a Prism autograph checklist out of it. You could, the refractors, some color matches.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would look amazing. That's a great call. So hopefully you get a royalty check if you ever see that come out.
Maybe. Or I'll start a company or something. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah,
we'll see what happens up in Canada.
As I say, Canada, it's I feel like it's the world's your oyster up there. You can kind of do what you want.
Yeah, sometimes.
Within reason. Within reason.
Sometimes. We're pretty liberal with our laws now. So yeah, we can get away with some stuff.
There you go.
So Ryan, we've had the chance to talk about, you writing for Beckett and everything, but I've also noticed you have your own site, Trader Cracks. Can you tell us a little bit about your website?
Yeah, that's actually how I got started. If you want to use the air quotes, hobby journalism. That was back in the early days of the internet in 1996 or so. I was just finishing up high school, starting college, and I'm a Canadian who likes baseball and not hockey so much. So when you're at that high school, college crossroads, your collecting often gets put aside, and I was about to, and I'm like, hey, what if I start a website where I post my extra stuff that I have, and I can put my want list up for baseball cards that I'm looking for, and start trading with people. And that's exactly what happened. And you know, that personal side is just kind of morphed over the years, and it's there in the background more. Obviously, you know, my career that I have now is number one, but that's just a place where I can go and play and do stuff that I love more than, you know, obligations, I guess you would say, that I have to do with the day to day.
Yeah, and it seems, that's what I like about the hobby too, is it seems like even if you, like we talk about, like you said, hobby journalism, if you work in it, you still can have these side projects to yourself and be able to do what you want to do as a collector. You can kind of separate collecting from, like you said, your obligations that you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wanted to get in here to 2023 Topps Series 1. I did see on your Twitter that you have been able to open up some of this, and of
Yes.
course, it's been the big deal besides the Cup, I would say, over the last couple weeks, because it's the unofficial start of the baseball season. So just what are your thoughts? What have you liked? Were there any dislikes? How did you feel about it so far?
I actually quite like it. I like, you know, it's Topps baseball, so it's kind of hard not to find a lot to enjoy about it. You know, there's that tradition with it. You know, for me being a set builder who loves sorting stacks, I feel a bit bad because I still have my stack of commons that I need to sort. The weekend kind of got away from me there. But the design feels fresh to me. What I look for in a Topps design is 5 years from now, am I going to remember what it is? So I'm looking for like that one feature that sets it out. So, you know, whether it was the water slide from a couple years ago, 2015's dirty color borders, this year we have the portraits, and it goes with that 20-year theme. If you go back all the way to the 60s, every 20 years on the threes in the decade, Topps has put that little inset portrait. So that's what, you know, the 2023 version has with the scoreboard. It's modern. It's not for everyone, and I do find on some cards it's a little big. It cuts off the photograph, which should be the main thing. So the general design I like. It is what it is. The inserts I thought were probably the biggest improvements. Often I find over the last several years, the flagship inserts are pretty boring. This year, the designs are bigger. There's more foil, even for the more basic ones. I guess the big change is the short prints, the variations, which, you know, before you'd have 100 total, some kind of easy to get, some really hard, and then those surprise ones that they're unicorns that take weeks to pop up even one. Now we have every single card in the base set. I see what they're doing. I think if they cut the odds in half, you would have more people trying to build the set because it's just so daunting. But at the same time, I like it as a player collector, as a team collector. There is that added challenge to it. So there's a lot that I like in it. Is it perfect? No. Am I going to remember it in 5-10 years? I think so. So it's a win in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a W. Like I think that's a good point. If you're gonna still be talking about it 5 years later, then it obviously did something for you, whatever that something may be.
And the rookie class is really,
Yeah.
really strong. There's a good list of players on there.
Very much so, and that's why it starts with this product. But I am definitely looking forward to, I mean, like, of course, Chrome, and the other Topps products throughout this season because of that. Because, you know, you had a few big guys in last year's class, but this one seems like it could really take over with a lot of collectible players, depending on how the season really plays out for guys.
Yeah.
You know, you talked about history there, and I'm just curious, you know, do you find yourself to be a little bit of a hobby historian as like a hobby of your own? Like, do you like just kind of getting into the deep realms of what things have happened in the, you know, or what's happened in the past in the hobby, or different set designs and kind of how they come back around or how they evolve?
You know, I do love, one of the things that I love about collecting, and probably one of the top 3 things about my job is learning. You know, I love to learn new things. I think that goes back to being an educator. If you're not learning things, then you're kind of stuck in a rut. So being able to look back and build a knowledge base. For me, my philosophy is I remember what I can, but I'm getting older. My brain isn't quite as good. But, knowing where to look or who to talk to, if you run into someone and you have questions and everything else, using Google and, just reading things. My favorite thing when I go to Beckett headquarters on occasion, other than seeing people, my coworkers and stuff and team, is to go through the vault and just flip through magazines. And, from the 80s, from the 90s, that whole history of just learning stuff and revisiting things and having those oh yeah moments that you're like, kind of forgot about that. And yet, like you said, and how it all connects together, that's the story of collecting. More than anything else, the Honus Wagner isn't the most famous baseball card in the world just because it's sold for so much. It's because there's the rich story, the mythology around it. Same with Billy Ripken from 1989 Fleer. It's a great card, and the story behind it makes it that much more interesting. And that's why over 30 years later, we talk about that card more than any Cal Ripken card.
It's true.
And I always had a professor that told me, like, every class, information is power. So it's just like the more you learn, it's better for you.
Absolutely. All right, Ryan. Well, hey, I want to thank you again for your time. And what we like to do for guests before we let them go is let everybody know where they can find you and, where they can find your work on social media and online.
Sure. All my work goes on the Beckett website. It's the news section. So if you go to beckett.com/news, that's where you'll find every article that I write, everything that crossed my desk, every checklist for like every new set. Try and get some old ones in there. And on social media, 99.9% of my time is on Twitter, and you can find me at Trader Cracks, because I like to trade cards, and my last name is Cracknell. That's the origin of it. There's nothing weird involved there.
There you go. You're right. It makes sense. It is what it is there. So I can tell you he is very active on Twitter. I am a follower. So definitely check out Trader Cracks on there for all your hobby needs. So Ryan, thanks again. And, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again soon, and have a great week.
Anytime. Thanks, you guys too.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. All right. Well, there you have it.
There it is.
Another guest in the books. Ladies and gentlemen,
Another one for the archive.
thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Some good feedback there from the folks. No, thank you for watching, you guys. But yeah, appreciate Ryan's time there. A lot of good information, and definitely I will say I look at a lot of his stuff. I look at a lot of his work. He is working hard because he's always tweeting. He's always got stuff out there.
I love his Twitter bio. The last sentence of his Twitter bio was, "Sorry, I don't know what it's worth."
Perfectly said. That should go in everybody's Twitter bio.
Anyone that's in the hobby.
That's in the hobby, yeah. Unless you really think you know what things are worth. I don't know what it's worth. All right, we're gonna do the box rip giveaway today, and it's gonna be 22 rookies and stars. This is what we're gonna end on here. We've got 6 packs, 10 cards per packs, 2 autos, 2 mems. So David and I are gonna split the box here.
How many packs were there? 10?
6.
6? Okay.
6.
I didn't.
No.
Sorry.
6. No, you're fine. 6 cards per pack, or excuse me, 6 packs per box.
Gotcha.
10 cards per pack.
Okay, got it.
So we're gonna do that, and look, the cutter just landed in front of me today.
It was supposed to be taped to the box.
Ha!
It fell before the show.
Take that. All right. Well, here we go. Without further ado, let's land ourselves a pick. How about it?
Physical.
What's up, Taco? Let's land ourselves.
Taconator, not T4 Contour.
Not T4 Contour Tour. How many weeks and months you spent saying it that way?
Really
What's up, JNC?
Drop the ball.
All right. Are you gonna want the front 3 or the back 3?
I'll do the back 3, I suppose.
Okay. Empty box.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know why not.
Says he wants the back 3. How do you win? It's a great question. Anybody have any ideas?
I mean, football season's come and gone, but
well, we could do the XFL.
Ooh, we could do the who. What is the XFL title called?
The XFL championship?
The Super X.
Super X. That would be way better. That would be way better. All right, what do you say we do?
What's your favorite economical collector's item that you have? Like I was
Economical? In what way?
To collect. Like my
So-
so, flag was economical to collect.
Oh,
Or what if
all
we?
right.
Oh, see.
Yeah, so no. So you're saying what?
What's your favorite
Oh, thanks, Seekin. Appreciate that.
economical
What's your favorite collector's item?
that's economical?
Okay, what do you
Oh,
mean by
shit.
economical? It's affordable? Oh, all right. So what's your favorite cheap collectible in your collection?
Yeah.
What's your favorite cheap card in your collection? There.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
That's
makes
all.
sense.
You just say the word economical. Throwing SAT words at me, trying to sound fancy. Just say cheap. What's your favorite cheap card in your collection? Somebody said Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. What is your favorite cheap card in your collection? Okay, this is definitely a fatati. But I can't. Wait a minute. Oh, boy. Well, all right. Here's what we're going to do. Don't worry about it. Here's what we're doing. I got it. All right, stellar rookies, Garrett Wilson. Good start, I would argue. Oh, Sam Howell, rookie rush. Oh.
Hey now.
All right. And then what do we got? Joe Mixon, bad guy. Woolen, Pierre Strong. A lot of rookies. A lot of rookies here. A lot of stars. Now, what's this? Garrett Wilson. Ooh, okay. That is a Garrett Wilson dual patch out of 49. Garrett Wilson dual patch out of 49.
So that's one of your mem.
So that's one of the mem. And out of 175, Jeremy Rucker. There was so many Jets players in there.
For the Jets pack.
It literally was.
Smoking
Like
on that Jets pack.
Smoking on that Jets pack. Okay.
What the hell did I just do?
Card that we all signed last year.
Aww.
Cute.
Debo. There you go. Pickett. Draft class.
There you go.
Wyatt. Thornton.
Lamar.
Ooh, auto? Nice. How about out of 149, Jahan Dotson?
Woo!
Who now that offense has Eric Benemy,
Possible, yeah.
No, be scared of the Commanders.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting what kind of year Dotson has and what kind of year McLaurin has. So there you go. Dotson out of 149.
In the backfield, bro.
Oh, and then out of 99, hot doo-doo, Russell Wilson.
Broncos country. Let's die.
That's a Prism out of 99 Airbnb, it looks like. It's
Airborne.
actually Airborne. I know, I'm joking. It looked like Airbnb, though, for a second. It's Airborne. All right, there you
This
go.
card is brought to you by Airbnb.
I am interested to see what Sean Payton does.
I don't. They're a dumpster fire. I'm sorry.
No, they're gonna rip Russell out of his
How did I lose? It's freaking Russell Wilson.
You guys made him so mad. I knew that was going to happen. All right. Yeah, he definitely lost. He lost on the Russell Wilson for sure.
Don't worry. When I pull a YA tittle, Troy's dreams are gonna come crashing
Y.A.
down.
Tittle. Jahan Dotson, rookie. Sam Williams. Kevin Harris. Aaron Jones. What is going on?
Oh my God.
Oh, two?
Take it or leave it, America.
Sheesh. So wait, we got two Washington Commanders autos.
B-Rob.
Out of 299, Brian Robinson Jr. So I pulled both autos, by the way.
My packs
Just for
are gonna
wondering.
suck. Good grief.
Whoa, okay. Bosa out of 35, standing ovation. Out of 35.
Okay.
Interesting. And then we got a chrome card here. This one is going to be Thrillers, Kyler Murray.
All right, here we
I
go.
don't think that's some special insert. I think that might just be an
Time
insert.
for me to pull, like a Jake Delhomme card or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. I'd be so jealous if you pulled Jake Delhomme.
Watch, it'll be like Jake Delhomme when he played for the Browns. It'll be in his Browns jersey.
God, I'd be so jealous, dude. What if it was Brock Osweiler?
Here comes
Browns
the
jersey.
Curtis Painter Colts 1 of 1.
I think I technically won just on sheer volume of hits, because you're technically getting one patch, unless we get it like an extra auto or something.
All right, here we go. Juju. That's Kittle out of 175. Thrillers, Josh Allen, and that one is out of 75.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Out
the
of
Thrillers got
75
the
right there.
parallels. I like that.
There you
I
go,
like that.
Josh Allen. J.A.
Not too shabby.
Followed up with this dude.
Me and my homies.
Shoot. It's all good. We're safe.
It's all right.
Touchdown Club, Cooper Kupp, rookie, Quay Walker, and Zamir White. Thrillers, because it's a thriller. This one feels thick. And I'm not going to lie, I have a lot of lotion on my hands. Just kidding. But no, I just can't open these right now.
3 sharp. I think he does have a lot of lotion on his hands, though. I saw him do it during the interview.
Didn't.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
Kirk. What is this?
T-Auto?
All right, there you go.
Big time.
You pulled all the autos.
Who knows? Maybe you got some.
149, big time. T. Higgins.
Maybe you got. Who knows? Maybe we got an extra hit in here. Never say
And-
never.
All right, that's Kevin Harris out of 49. Airborne Mac.
Interesting.
Man in Motion, Lamar,
I'll
Kayvon
be your
Thibodeau,
man in
Andrew Booth Jr.,
motion.
and Snoop Connor. I still have not seen that Jake Delhomme card yet, so. A.J. Brown,
You got one pack
A-Rod,
left.
Chris Godwin, Joey Shiesty, Joe Burr. Oh,
Did you get a Sky Moore auto?
there he is. Sky Moore out of 125.
Out of
Why
125.
wouldn't
Sky
there
Moore.
be a Sky Moore?
Sky Moore is this year's semi-Fiocco.
Yeah, exactly. And then JMO out of 149 to the Lions. That's rookies, stellar rookies, excuse me.
Stella.
Kenneth Walker. And who are we wrapping up with? We got Darnell Mooney, Carson Strong, and Jelani Woods.
All right.
Congrats,
Well,
Troy.
Ladies and gentlemen, by sheer volume, I think I got it.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I
I
had-
don't make the rules.
I had the Allen out of 99.
You did have the Allen out of 99.
Out of 75, excuse me.
What's up, chat? Oh,
Not the
chat.
brag.
Oh, chat, I feel bad. Yeah, see, 10-9. 10-9 on the card. It was a close one. It
Yeah.
wasn't like it was a runaway win.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like the Paul Theory fight. It's just,
Exactly. All right, guys. So to enter to win what we just ripped here, make sure you let us know what your cheap favorite piece of your collection is. Your cheap card that you really like in your collection that really means a lot to you. Give us what it is and why. Give us a little why. You know, we like more than just the name of it. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today here on The Chase, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you to Ryan Cracknell for his time. And make sure you are sticking around on the main channel. Elena is going to be on later. It's a lot of ASMR in my ear right now. Elena's going to be on later on twitch.tv/DACarWorld. But right now, live, we're going to raid the channel and send you over there. Twitch.tv/DA_2Bros1Break. They are live right now. Meerkat and Steve doing personals and group breaks all day long. All right. Well, hey, make sure you're following us across social media at DACarWorld, at DA_TheChase. Check out all the replays on YouTube. What are you doing?
I don't know. I just have a 10.
I know what he's doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and just remember this until Wednesday. We can't wait to see you till then. It's all about the chase. Oh, he got it. And I got it too. Top chat. Oh. See you guys Wednesday.